Hello and welcome. So today I'm going to make bread, and I'll just go through the ingredients first. I have here a packet of yeast, and you can see there's 42 grams in this one, and for that I need 6 deciliters of water. I need salt, and I use 2 teaspoons of salt. Then I have here olive oil, and I use 4 spoons of olive oil. And then I have flour, and I use for this recipe 600 grams of flour. And not least, I have a mix of nuts and seeds. So what I do first is that I put in the yeast in a bowl. So I can do that and just do that. So I open this yeast here and I just put it in this bowl here, and I add some water, this, and then I mix. And you can see I turn around the spoon because I experienced that it was actually a good idea. It's nice to work with a spoon like this. So turn it around. You can also use your finger, of course. And then the idea is that that you mix it so you cannot feel the yeast anymore. Okay, like this. Okay, that's about it. And then I add some olive oil, and I'll add the 4 spoons right away. So here 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, 4 spoons. And then I add salt. So 2 teaspoons, like that. And then I slowly add some flour. And I measured the 600 grams of flour already. So I measure, I put in the flour, not everything at once, but just a little at once, and then some more. And you just keep on going until you have a good mixture. And this can take some time, but yeah, of course, if you put in all the flour at once, it'll be a little bit difficult to mix. But just put in some water and then flour, and then mix. And then after you have mixed all the flour with the other ingredients, you form the bread. But first, regarding the ongoing process here, I think I'll just finish this because before I mention the forming of the bread. Put in here the nuts, and I just use like 2 handfuls of nuts and seeds. Okay. For this mixture of 600 grams of flour, I've experienced that about 2 handfuls of nuts and seeds is about the appropriate amount. Okay. Right. You can of course mix all kinds of nuts, all kinds of seeds, and even fruit. But in this recipe, I use this mixture of nuts and seeds. Okay. So to avoid that this video takes too long time, I think I'll just move on to the forming to explain that for you. And so once you have mixed all this and you have a good mixture of every ingredient here, all the ingredients, you let it rise for about an hour. And after this hour, you form the bread. You can form it in 2, or you can form it in 10, or whatever you want, in different sizes, and then you let it rise again for about 20 minutes or so, and afterwards you put it in the oven. And here is my little trick. I've tried out different ways of baking the bread in the oven, and I've experienced that what works the best is a very hot oven. So I actually heat the oven to 230 degrees Celsius, and then I put in the bread in the oven for only 10 to 12 minutes. So by doing that, the bread becomes crispy on the outside and still soft on the inside. Okay. So yeah, but you know, every person is different, and you know, I've tried out different recipes, and at the moment I'm where I am right now, with a very hot oven, and using this mixture of seeds and nuts. But I think, you know, you have to experiment with different ways of making the bread. Also, the combination of water and flour is also a point. You know, you don't want to use too much flour or too much water. So you have to find some kind of the right mix that fits how you like bread. Okay. And you can just see the pan that I put it on here. It's just a normal baking pan that I use for baking the bread in the oven.